So these are the reconstructions of my second round average at North American Champs. I got a 212 average that round, which was, funny enough, my second 212 average. And talking to people after the round, the consensus seemed to be that the scrambles are really bad. And I understand why people say that, but I don't 100% agree. And hopefully, after watching this video, you can see why and maybe learn a thing or two. So this is the first scramble, and really just not a whole lot going on. You can do a yellow V to 2 flip like that. It's a lot of moves, and you might have to rotate, depending on alg knowledge and that sort of stuff. Nothing else really besides on red. You can do U prime, R prime, L, R prime. Now, the way that I spot things like this is this piece here is 2 moves away from being solved, like that. And that moves this piece over to here, and then it'll be able to be solved with L, R prime. So solve that one, then L, R prime. Now, instead of just doing R prime right away here, what I could have done, but I did not, was U prime, then R prime, and that gives me a 6 move case, versus this case, which is not 6. It's a few more. And the finger tricks are better on the 6 move case as well. So in future solves, I'll probably be looking at doing stuff like that, but it was nothing that crossed my mind when I was doing my solves officially. All right, so solve 2 is sort of a similar story, just not a whole lot to be seen. You can do like blue like that, gives you bad case, bad AUF. Nothing much except for on yellow. I saw same sort of thing, compare that up in 1 move, and this is 2 moves away like that, solve your V, L40. But my eagle-eyes viewers will have realized this is the same thing. So if I did a U beforehand, then the L, I can get a 6 move case. So if I had thought about that stuff, maybe I could have gotten a little faster average, but it's, you know, nothing that I'm upset over. So third scramble was a 166, the only sub 2 of the round. Pretty not great looking scramble, so I understand why people didn't do well on these. There's just not a whole lot happening, but you can pair this up to this center in 1 move like that, and this can also be paired in 1 move. So you do this together like that, and then, 4 flip. That's not what we want to see, but I know an alternate alg for 4 flip. That's like that. And fortunately, since I can 1 look, I saw that I can cancel a ton of moves with that. So instead of solving my V, I did a U, then solved my V, and it canceled into the alg. Okay, so on the 4th scramble, I haven't had the chance to look at the video, so I'm not 100% sure what I did, but I'll give you 95% sure that I did this first solution, and then the other 5% is I did the second solution I'll show. So the first solution is to solve the yellow V like this, where you spot that this is 2 moves away from being paired up like that, and while you're doing that, you can insert that edge. Now, at this point, you can cancel into an alg for this case, like it is like that. And I think that's probably the most likely solution I did. What I might have also done is solve the yellow centers like R, U prime, and then done a sledge to get to this case. If I was really set on doing that, I could have solved my centers like that, done U prime, ML40 like that, and then that, and done a lot of pseudo stuff, but not anything unreasonable. I do stuff in solves like that semi-frequently, I guess. Enough that I potentially could have seen it. So another solution that I don't think I did, but is definitely a good solution, is to pair that up in one move and then go, hey, I can insert this into the back. So you do that and then solve your V, and then you're just left with this good 3 cycle. So the 5th scramble, finally a little bit of a break. There's, you know, some blocks, some stuff to work with. You know, you got to think about this one a little. It's kind of cool like that. So what you could do is R, U prime, R prime, B prime, R prime for blue, and then you get U prime hedge. I didn't see that, but what I did instead was on green, I did R prime, L prime, R prime, and then that gives you this case, which generally it's like, I'm not going to avoid this case, but if I can find something that gives me a better case, I'm going to do that instead. So from here, I know the ML4E, which is like that. So I just did that. If you wanted to get rid of the AUF after, you do like L prime, B prime, L prime, and then the ML4E from here, which I like that alg a little bit more than the one I did, but it was still, you know, nice solve. Okay, I'm filming this after I filmed the rest of the video, because after rewatching, I noticed on yellow for the last scramble, I could do the yellow V like U, R prime, U, R prime. Then it's just rotate sledge. Not a bad scramble at all. Just like that. Didn't see that officially, didn't see that when I was doing the reconstructions. Hadn't thought about that. Just saw it when I was rewatching the video, so, you know, figured I'd throw that in there.